What I'm doing today is I'm going ahead and I found it necessary to go ahead and figure out how to easily get around the top speed limit on the VMAX so I could keep doing some testing. And what I've got is my function generator out right now, so I don't have to run the bike, and I'm simulating the inputs from these sensors. There's one on the rear wheel, there's one on the front wheel on the other side that's identical to this one. What's in here is 92 magnetic poles, which forms 46 pulses each time the wheel rotates. It's north-south, south-north, north-south, south-north, and it generates a pulse code that's transmitted up to the ECU. That shows up in the ABS computer, gets computated with the front wheel data, which front wheel data is a little bit slower because the tire diameter is a little larger on mine, so that creates an error on the dyno to where the speed reads a little higher than what it actually is. I think that's what's going on, I'm not sure, but that's a theory. And the average or whatever it's doing of those two sensors is showing up on this wire, which right now I'm simulating the input into my O-scope, and as the wheel rotates, those pulses will get closer and closer and closer together. And that's a period that I'm looking at, a period of time from the rising edge of this pulse to the rising edge of this pulse. So I've instructed a little basic stamp, well actually a pick stamp, to computate that, and I've got what's called an in-circuit debugger, where it's taken the actual decimal values for period that's being calculated by a pulse in. It's displaying it right here on the screen in decimal format. As this thing, as I adjust, which I'll show you what it looks like on the screen, as I adjust this, that frequencies where that period of time is getting smaller. So I'll back it up. There's a slow speed pulse. There's the reading. As I advance this, 1648, 1460, 1252, 1118. So that period of time that it's sampling from here to here has grown shorter. So what I've done is channel A, which is the red channel, is what the ABS normally sees. Channel B here is what happens after it goes through this pick, and I've got a type D flip-flop here, and it's dividing by half, and then I've got a little analog switch that will tell it which one to reference, whether it references the flip-flop or it references the original signal. And that's what's happening here. When it goes through that flip-flop and this turns on, that little green LED turns on where it hits the period that it's supposed to, that I've programmed it to be at, this goes into a divide by half. See it dividing by half? And it misses a pulse every now and then just because you can't see it on the screen. But if I lower that, it goes back. If I raise the frequency, divide by half. So this was the original $15 fix that I was talking about. These stamps are $3-4, and you know, there's $15 worth of parts here. And I wanted to give you a little education on how the pick stamps work and frequencies and whatnot, so you could see really what it takes to go through to get one of these to work. You can watch it, the calculations running. Of course, the bike's bouncing around. This is a prototype board.